I would have loved to see like Charlie from Hereditary in place of Jenna Ortega. Just like
Really? Okay.
a horse girl, a real horse girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting.
I feel like that would have landed so much better.
Yeah.
Initiating weekly entertainment brought to you by Extra Rad. Boys Meet Film will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy.
Welcome to Boys Meet Film. My name is Michael. These are my boys.
Max.
Sean.
Will.
We got a new one here today.
Uh-oh. What'd you do with Kellen, Will?
What happened?
Where is he?
You tell us.
He didn't like unicorns.
I can't say nothing.
He's scared of unicorns.
Yeah, he has an irrational fear of unicorns and told us that he would not be on this podcast.
This is not the movie if you have an irrational fear of unicorns.
No, it's not.
They're spooky.
Very spooky unicorns. We are talking about the movie Death by Unicorns.
Death of a unicorn.
Death of a Unicorn.
Death by
Sorry.
You were
Death
thinking,
by Unicorns is a way better movie.
It certainly fits the movie, though.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Death by Unicorn.
You were thinking Band of Skulls. Death by Diamonds and Pearls.
I wasn't thinking of that at all, but I do love that.
You
band.
love that song, yeah.
This is the directorial debut of Alex Sharfman.
Ooh, okay.
Sharfman.
Interesting last name. It stars.
Did he write it as well, or just direct?
Yeah, he wrote it as well.
Oh, awesome.
The cast has Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd, Anthony Carrigan, otherwise known as NoHo Hank.
Oh, amazing.
Personal favorite. Richard Grant, Tiana Leone. This is, I think, the first film she's been in for like 14 years or something like that.
Whoa.
And then Will Poulter.
From The Bear.
Yeah, from The Bear.
Yeah.
Run that back. Run that back.
That was
awesome.
hard. That was.
We could just Poulter. It's
super simple.
It's a
really
weird-
It's a really regular name.
It's a weird way to spell it. Look at that.
I think I got it.
Poulter.
All right. Well, anyways, the film is about, I don't know, shit with a unicorn. They hit a unicorn and blah blah blah, and shit goes bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the official logline by A24.
Yeah. Car
Um,
went kablammy on unicorn.
that was the second one. Yeah. Really, really good good verbs there. Kablammy.
Kablammy.
Stuff goes awry. That's the full. If you were to put them together,
Yeah.
that's the movie right there.
Stuff is very girthsome.
What did you guys think of this movie?
It was super fun.
Yeah.
I had
I-
a really fun time.
I had
Really?
a very fun time with this film. Yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
like this movie at all.
Yeah.
What'd you hate about it?
It wasn't fun for you?
You didn't have a fun time?
I mean, there were moments that were fun.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I just didn't like any of the writing. Like, it just felt like an amalgamation of a bunch of other movies. Like, really cliche moments between characters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was unicorns in it.
Yeah.
So it was
and-
different.
Yeah. Cliche, but like with spooky unicorns.
But did
Yeah.
you guys feel like the unicorns were utilized to their full extent? Like, to me, it felt kind of like an afterthought of the film. And it also had like this narrative that I feel like it wanted to like satirize, obviously, the medical or the pharmaceutical industry and like all that shit. But it didn't feel like a strong enough satirization of that.
Yeah, I felt like the unicorns are really driving the story on this one.
Really?
Like you got your pinky up.
Yeah. It helps me think.
No, I agree with that. I think
Yeah.
they were like
They were-
magical, but not magical enough where it brought the story way out of proportion. It was just like they heal the stuff or their blood and flesh do, but they didn't take it like to where the unicorns had some crazy, teleporting around or doing some like super fantasy stuff. It was they just kept it in that, but I think that worked.
See, I think I would have liked to see them teleport and
Fly around and
dude, yeah, that would have been sick. I don't know. I
yeah, they
just
couldn't
felt
fly
like
at all.
there were a lot of moments like, well, I won't get into that until spoilers, but there were moments where I was like, why is the unicorn not just blowing down the door right now?
100%
Yeah.
on that little gate entrance. It
There-
blows
there's-
a car like 10 feet and then
Yeah,
it gets
yeah,
stuck
yeah.
on like a 1x2 piece of wood trying
Yeah.
to get through like some particle board.
The unicorn physics were just not lining up in this movie.
But they're unicorns, so like, is their physics the same as ours?
Yes.
You know, like, is a unicorn physics the same as unicorn horse, or a
Mhm.
horse physics?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yes.
There's a gray area.
Yeah, there's a difference.
I went to school,
Oh, okay.
studied this.
You studied the tapestries then.
Yes. I have studied the tapestries. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's fun moments. I just like, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like this movie. I feel like Paul Rudd wasn't likable in the movie.
Agreed.
And I don't think it was just like the way his character was written. I don't know.
I don't even think I don't think his redemption was really worthy either. At the last minute,
Yeah.
he's just kind of like, okay, let me hear your what you saw, and then the unicorn's like, okay, I'll revive you. Like what? Like you were kind
Spoiler-
of a dick.
Spoiler alert, guys.
Will fucked it up.
Are we not supposed to spoil?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's
we'll cut
okay,
that
but-
out later.
Yeah, we will cut that out later.
You've really done it now, Will.
I'll be in the editing.
Pissed off.
bay.
This is the last time,
Okay,
Will.
you guys didn't give me a brief. I thought we were going straight into it.
That's true. Michael,
You're
you
right,
didn't brief.
man.
You didn't
I
brief.
fucked up. I fucked up. It's okay though.
I agree. I mean, I agree. I was watching this film and there's a ton of cliches and the writing is not the strongest. It doesn't seem like the actors are. I mean, the actors are having fun. But I think what brought it up a level is I've never seen anything like that before. So like the spectacle of like the unicorn lore and like all that stuff was fun for me. But I agree with you. I mean, like the movie is not well written. I guess.
I really like Jenna Ortega's acting.
You like Jenna Ortega, dude.
Yeah, you just like
She was all
She's-
right in
Thought
this
she was
movie.
cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you that there are parts of this movie that I like and I appreciate. I just felt like the stuff that I liked was a lot like it
Didn't
was
outweigh.
overshadowed
Yeah, yeah.
by the things that I felt like were pretty weak about the movie. And I don't know. I know that like A24 is starting to kind of shift their focus from where they've been. And like their first film where they really started shifting their focus was Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
That was like their biggest budget action spectacle, you know. Still very different than most war movies. But it seems like they're trying to cater their movies to a larger audience now.
Definitely.
I can see how this movie will maybe get more people in the theater. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
To me, the whole time I'm thinking, who is this movie actually being made for? Because take out all the violence, and I think it would be a passable young adult movie about a girl and her dad.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, yeah, it kind of gave me like the Halloween movies when I was growing up, like that kind of vibe with like a gore and
Yeah.
R-rated twist. Is it R-rated?
There
was a lot of gore.
I'm
For
assuming
sure.
so.
Yeah. There was a lot of
Big time.
F-words
Had
and
to
a
make
lot
sure,
of
but with like an R-rated
yeah.
twist.
people being ripped in half.
Yeah, some drugs.
People doing horns.
Yeah,
Yeah. People
The hard
I didn't know you could do
snorting
horn.
unicorn horn dust.
even like
That
the
was awesome.
cinematography
I liked that.
felt traditional to me. Like
Yeah.
It did.
more
yeah.
early 2000. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like it reminded me of like Halloween movies from like the early 2000s. when I
Well, it was shot really clean because like they had to have CG
Yeah.
unicorns.
Which you could tell they also did coverage
Yeah.
for this movie too
Yeah.
because of that. I don't know. There's just like I think the gore too was a little fan servicey in a way where I didn't feel like it was completely earned. And when it happened, I was like, you get that quick jolt of adrenaline, but then it just quickly goes away and you're just left with the rest of the story, which really is just a young adult like movie narrative, you know, which is fine, but I just felt like the two didn't collide very well. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
It is in theory a very tough premise to like pull off.
Sure.
So I guess the safe way would be to package this like really weird premise in a safe story.
Yeah.
And if they are trying to appeal to wider audiences, like a lot of A24 films are not accessible to most people because the concepts are so high. But if you take this like high concept unicorn thing and then you put it in this like really regular father-daughter story, then it becomes a lot easier for a lot of people to watch, which I think is your point. Like, it's easy for a family to get behind like this film.
Yeah.
Which,
and I think in this case for me, it was kind of a detriment to the film because I think if you amped up the unicorn lore, the unicorn violence, kind of like the trailer promised in a way, I think I would have enjoyed this movie more, but give and take, it would probably be more of a cult movie. Yeah. It wouldn't be like
we're not in spoilers yet, I was going to say.
I know.
Do you guys just want to
let's get into it.
Spoiler alert.
This is a spoiler warning. Consider yourself warned.
While we're in the writing, basic, it's like not a very like mature, deep plot.
No.
But I think it's a really where it kind of won me over is it's like a package and they just constantly like delivering these like, how can we make a joke in this scene? And I was having so much fun like peeping the background, and there's always something like hilarious just off about the scene. And I feel like that's where they put a lot of their writing effort was like
I didn't even notice any of that.
You didn't?
None of it?
There's like a lot of it.
What was in the background?
Just like a lot of stuff shining the light in his face. Like
they're having like
getting him.
I didn't notice that at all.
Really?
At the end, there's like they're having a moment, and there's like clearly a dead body in the background, like just feet up. Like there's a lot.
I didn't notice any of that.
Michael may like this movie. If you watch the movie, you'll love it.
Interesting,
dude. Yeah, the blocking was fun. On
there was so
the flashlight stuff was hilarious.
Well,
that was really funny.
Even Will Poulter, his character, like the random lines he would say. I don't know, just all these little jokes that they're like not encompassing to the story, but these little quirks.
Yeah.
I thought
really
that was
liked
so
his
fun.
character
That's where
in
it won.
this.
It's just fun to watch. I could watch and like rewatch that probably just because it's really fun. Not more for the writing for me. The writing was definitely like one dimensional.
Yeah. But they put time into the blocking and everything, and like the little lines like that.
Yeah.
They added a lot of spice on top, I think, of this boring story.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds harsh, but like I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was very fun.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it didn't land. I also think I'm coming down with the colds. Maybe it just like put me in a weird mood.
Well, you were saying you wanted more violence. They killed everyone except for Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd.
I think it was the pacing. Though.
Okay.
The pacing of the violence was like a very short burst. And it was like very gratuitous. And then characters, it's almost just like that didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like when,
no,
can we go into spoilers?
I feel like
we are in spoilers.
Yeah.
When the fuck do we get into spoilers?
Cut to me saying, "All right, spoilers."
Yeah, that was
it's the cold. It's the cold. I'm not noticing a lot of shit right now. For me, the girl getting just like ripped in half by a unicorn, or like even her, like when the first guy, the doctor or whatever scientist, gets fucking gouged by the
impaled.
Thank you, by the unicorn. we only get her grieving that moment like a little bit later in the film, but even then it doesn't feel strong. It's like, to me, the death doesn't feel powerful enough. It feels like it's just a spectacle, you know?
Well, she was like the only person that really cared about people. The family was pretty like, I don't give
insane.
a fuck what happens to anybody.
But what I'm saying is, like, you see somebody, doesn't matter who it is, what your attachment to them is, you see somebody get ripped in half, you're going to be scared, like shitless, you know?
I mean, that family was so like messed up mentally though. Like,
I know. It's just, to me, like, it made the violence not feel earned. I think that's what I'm trying to get at.
got it.
You know, it just felt very short-lived. In the moment, it's fun. You know, some pretty cool.
There's some really fun unicorn deaths.
It was really
Definitely.
fun.
Yeah,
So much stabbing through this part of the body,
absolutely.
all the way through.
Yeah,
Really went balls deep on that full penetration.
especially the horn that one.
Yeah, that one
unicorn
had a real rigidy, girthish
He had a
horn.
little hook on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
I've seen horns like that at Spencer's.
Dude, the unicorn character design was sick.
Yeah, it was cool.
Especially the female, like the I assume it was the female, like the mother one.
Yeah.
I mean, the proportions of the big male one were a little bit weird to me in some of the shots. It was like,
I agree.
which the one thing that did bug me was the animation was really weird on them, like running.
Yeah.
Which I get, it's super hard to animate that stuff, but it kind of took me out of it when they're like, it almost looked like they were like 1.5 speed running, like light physics. I don't know. It was just kind of.
There was like a couple shots where they were running in shadow, and that looked really good.
Yeah.
But then, like this has been like a classic movie thing, but like in Jurassic Park, when they're trying to hide some of the CG, they keep everybody in darkness, or you keep the monster more hidden. And I kind of wish they did that more. I feel like we got to see like a really good look at all the unicorns.
Yeah.
I
didn't expect that.
They showed them a lot.
Yeah,
I think they would have been scarier if they were hidden more throughout the film.
yeah,
But you kind of do get like big glimpses of them, like a lot.
definitely. Yeah. I mean, I was really on board when they first hit like the child unicorn, I'm assuming it was.
Yeah.
And that was like really fun to me, just like the purple blood,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The horn, when she grabs the horn and
Yeah,
she
she's,
starts
like
going through
diving
space.
through
That's awesome.
space
That
and
was
time.
awesome.
And
They had such a
Yeah.
grand score there too.
I love
Yeah.
the
Score
score
was
of that.
awesome there. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
really
Score.
pulled you into it.
Big. I would say my like highlight of the film was Will Poulter.
Get it out.
It's not that hard to say.
It's weird for me.
Poulter.
It's a word that I can't say.
Poulter.
I just found out.
Just break dances on the tongue.
Anyways, Will. We'll just call him Will.
Okay. Works for me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's
You
gonna
could
get
be
tricky
Will
around
too.
here, on these parts.
Yeah.
Another
But
guy on the couch.
He's just like ingesting the unicorn horn as many ways as he can.
Yeah.
And
Snorting
the
it,
first
smoking
time,
it.
yeah, when he snorts it and his head just goes back, and
You can see it in his
start
eyes.
lighting
You can
up.
see the galaxy or whatever in his
Yeah.
eyes.
It's so awesome.
I can
It's
feel it
so
in here.
ridiculous.
Mom, I'm a genius.
yeah.
I loved his character.
I
Yeah,
did
he was
too.
so
that was
funny, dude.
great.
He was
Yeah.
one of the best parts of the film.
Yeah, I think so.
I wish they would have utilized NoHo Hank more.
I
They-
agree. Yeah.
I think they
every
did.
time he's on screen, it's just so awesome.
I know,
He
but
was
it's funny.
so funny.
If nobody has seen Barry,
Yeah.
then like it doesn't hit as hard.
Yeah.
That's
like
the
for
thing.
us, we
Yeah.
know that guy and like his mannerisms and stuff, and we have all this preconceived notions. So
Yeah.
like for us, it was awesome. We're like, yeah,
To me, it's kind of like the Willem Dafoe or Nicolas Cage effect, where like you just see them pop up in a movie and you immediately chuckle.
you're
know?
like, yes,
Like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, NoHo Hank, Anthony Kerrigan has that effect on me now
100%.
because his character in Barry is so strong.
Oh yeah,
But I agree, you strip that down, his character had a really funny purpose in the writing.
Yeah.
They just could have gone just the extra mile, and it would have really landed
He
for
never
me.
felt like he got to earn his like story arc or get back at the family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
His
I
getting
guess,
back
yeah.
at the family was that the whole family died and he survived.
Yeah, I guess.
And then
Yeah.
he still brought the police.
Yeah.
That was kind of like
But
a weird decision to me. I don't know.
He was driving away in a really nice car. I don't think it was his car to begin with.
It wasn't. It was the family
Yeah.
store.
So he got a car out of it.
Yeah.
True.
He could sell that car.
Good for him.
He
Looks
could.
like an old Porsche.
Yeah, he had to roll that window up real fast.
Yeah.
That was
like,
a good part too.
Sorry.
He
Could be-
played a
that
very
could be a couple
similar
mil.
character to his character in Barry. Like
Yeah.
very, kind of oblivious, but yeah, very similar vibes.
His like finale with the family of them saying, "This is the only thing we've ever asked of you." Like,
The
Yeah.
whole film.
The
they're
whole
like,
film,
Griff!
they've been so mean to him.
Yeah.
I love Will Poulter. All right,
Don't look
now
at
it's
me.
tough, now it's tough.
Jesus Christ.
I love
Yeah, help
him
him out.
in the hot tub where he's just like, no, we'll get it for you. Griff!
yeah.
Yelling at him. Never mind, never forget it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's like, I have a family. You have a family?
Yeah, little moments like that, I feel like were really good in the movie. And got me in. I'm just like 50-50 on this movie. I don't know.
I feel where you're at. Like
Yeah.
I do get that. But at the same time, like it was just fun. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
It was,
think
like,
it's a-
it was very entertaining.
They had
And
a lot of
that's-
fun with it, and I had a lot of fun as an audience member,
Yeah. The
Just-
like
chuckling.
the like art house A24 movie buff that I am, I feel like,
Oh, you are now?
super, art house film guy.
Cinephile.
Yeah,
You've
cinephile.
changed, man.
I know. Could expect more from this,
Yeah.
Mhm.
especially with the caliber of films that we've been watching.
Yeah. True.
But like I still really enjoyed it. I think as a directorial debut, it was very fun.
Yeah. I mean, to give the guy some credit, like, it is a fine movie.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing offensive where I'm just like, damn it, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's no
Hollywood,
Wolfman.
you know? No, it's not Wolfman.
Very similar car scenes of hitting a monster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not Wolfman. Very close for me.
I
But
can see that. This is way better than Wolfman, I think.
it landed more than Wolfman though.
I think
To
so
me,
for sure.
Yeah,
I would not watch Wolfman again.
No.
I would watch this movie again.
I don't think I'd watch this movie again. But I'm glad I saw it. It's not. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
I would be excited to see what the director does in the future. I'd check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you say like directorial debut, I'm sure he has made like short films and stuff. Have you seen his IMDb or anything? Because how do you?
Yeah.
I guess what boggles my mind is like you hear directorial debut. I'm saying that's so weird. Sorry, but then you get
Listen,
like a
guys.
cast like Paul Rudd and Jenna
Mhm.
Ortega.
So, what I saw from his IMDb is that he was a producer on a lot of films before.
That'll do
this.
it.
One of which came out during COVID that I actually really liked a lot. It was called like Bring the Man Down or something. I don't know. It was an Amazon original that got really good reviews, was a good movie. So I feel like probably as a producer, he got those connections to
Yeah.
people, got the opportunity.
It's all about who you know, Sean.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
that's cool.
yeah, it is cool. And I do like to see things that are trying to like do something new and original.
Yeah. What was your least favorite scene in the film?
That's a great question. Definitely you're gonna have to come back to me on that. Cause do you have one?
Least favorite?
Yeah, you guys, anybody have a least favorite?
There wasn't any that stuck out like where I was like, why is that in there? But just too much on, honestly, too much on the main story. I just didn't care. Like when she's talking about all the tapestry stuff, I'm just like,
Okay,
it was interesting, but like the reason I was enjoying that movie was like the comedic, random, like absurd stuff that going on with the rich family and stuff. Like Jenna Ortega didn't really contribute to that, and that's probably the fault of the writers, like trying to make her be like the only serious character in like this absurd group of, which was almost felt weird. Like she didn't even need to be there.
Yeah,
she was just kind of there to pay off the end. It felt like be the.
That's a great way to put it.
What did they call it? But yeah, like if it was just the family with more Hank.
Yeah.
I think
and it focused on Hank.
Yeah.
You just put Paul Rudd in there with the family. I mean, no hate to Jenna Ortega. She's a great actress. But as far as like story goes, this movie I think would have been a lot better. Because it would have cut out all the bullshit, like daddy-daughter dynamics.
DDD.
Yeah, all that
DDD,
bullshit.
yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Famously known as DDD.
Nobody could relate to that at all.
I think like a good counter example for a movie that works really well, that like did do the same dynamic in a way, is the first Knives Out. Like Ana de Armas's character, right?
Yeah.
She's the one that doesn't belong in this family of fucking assholes. But it lands because, to your point, she's able to get through to some of them, right? So she's starting to like manipulate them in a way. In this, it's like Jenna Ortega is just, an angsty college art student.
And she's right the whole time.
The whole time.
She actually has no arc.
And
kinda. She likes her dad at the end.
Something that is really a big pet peeve of mine, and I guess I would say this is my least favorite part, and this is kind of what you already touched on, but it's the whole tapestry thing. Like, I hate it now in a movie where a character opens their Mac, goes to Google, or give me all the information on this thing that I know nothing about.
She was going through pictures of her mom,
yeah,
and then she's like, "Oh, there's a unicorn in the background.
Yeah,
that unicorn is from a tapestry.
Yeah,
that tapestry connects everything."
And she looks up unicorn tapestry on Google Images, and then it's not only the first image, but the only image that comes up is that exact tapestry. I'm just like, I hate that. That's so lazy. We can do better.
I wish it was presented in a different way, because like the unicorn lore is a fun thing to tap into for this film, because they're like evil, not evil, but because of like the, they can kill you, and they're like actually like beasts or whatever. Like that would have been fun to reveal in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I think? Oh, sorry. No, you go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you something.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
How would you go about letting someone know the unicorn lore in like a history lesson type of way that wouldn't be typing it on Google?
This is what I think they could have done with the character, with Jenna Ortega's character as a whole. That would have landed it so much better for me. Drop she's an art student, because that obviously was planted so that she could interpret the art later, right? Just make her a fucking horse girl. Make her like the most outrageous autistic horse girl ever, right? And she knows everything about unicorns, and she should just know this shit, I don't know. Like,
I would go a different direction. I would go, the family already knows about the unicorns in the area, and the lore is something that you find in the house that you're in the air, like, because they obviously, like, it seemed like they live in a cave like a mile from the from the house,
real close.
So like they're these really rich, like,
they built their property on that land because they knew a unicorn is close.
Yeah, they like know the powers of this unicorn, and you start to learn. She like looks in a chest, and there's like this tapestry, and like she finds it through the house, and then it turns out they're trying to like farm the unicorns for their power or whatever.
Yeah,
like that would be fun for me.
That would be fun. What I would have done, I would have had NoHo Hank know everything there is to know about unicorns.
Oh,
And then
yes.
pull him deeper into the story, and he teaches her everything.
Yeah,
He has
dude.
like
I
a
like
secret
that.
lair,
Yeah,
like a
that'd be
unicorn
so
shrine,
awesome.
and
He's
like,
that's why I found work here, because I knew where
Yeah.
it's close to here.
Yeah, dude.
That would-
And I
So
hate
that
this
would've been
family, but
way
it
better.
pulled me into this family because it's my only way to work as close as possible to the unicorn
He's
cave.
like one of the
Yeah.
locals of
Yeah,
the area or
yeah.
something.
he's been like looking for them for like
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
years.
They like hear the hooves coming outside. He's like, they're here.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
That would have been awesome. Yeah.
I think take all of that and combine it.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see like Charlie from Hereditary in place of Jenna Ortega. Just like
Really? Okay.
a horse girl, a real horse girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting.
I feel like that would have
Oh.
landed so much better
Yeah.
because not only would it have been like a little bit more chilling, you know, but also it just would have kind of like landed more like the whole art student thing to me
Yeah, that
had
makes sense.
no place in this story at all.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
And it just made us take her less seriously the same way that the family did in a way.
Well, I didn't take her less seriously. I thought that was the part of the film that I didn't like also because it was so obvious that she was right about everything.
yeah, what I mean is like taking the story, like her in the story less
Okay.
seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I agree. Like she's doing the thing. She's
Yeah.
trying, you know, this
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
But you put in a horse girl in there.
It's interesting because in Midsummer,
Yeah.
there is a tapestry at the beginning
Yes.
and it paints the whole story.
literally spoils the movie.
And this one does that too. She like reveals, oh, we've generated the rest of the MacBook scene. We've
Yeah.
generated the rest of this poster, and it does the same thing. Where
And
it
it's like
shows,
from where? It was like it was lost and you generated it? What does that mean? It's like a perfect...
I know AI generation does
generated
weird
the
things
rest
all
of
the
it.
time. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
That was fun that they did spoil the intestines coming out, and then the
Yeah.
unicorn just started ripping out the mom's intestines.
everyone's intestines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
The mom was the biggest one.
That was
but-
that was fun.
Yeah, now that you guys are
It's
talking
like-
about it, it kind of feels like they wrote the rich family, that whole story, and then they were like, what's the vehicle for this? And then they just shoehorned in Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega
Yeah.
as like a last minute. It really feels like they just used that to like bring the audience
You're
through.
right.
Yeah,
a
Because
last-minute
everything
main
else
Yeah.
was so well written. It was almost like Arrested Development with unicorns.
Yes,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, you're right.
That is spot on.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
take out Paul Rudd, you take out Jenna Ortega, you put in Will Poulter. Poulter. We'll go with Poulter. And he
He's in the
should just
movie.
be like driving drunk
Oh,
and
God.
hit a unicorn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
fuck it. Like,
I mean, you
but
could
then
have
who
that.
are you supposed to root for?
Well, you could have that outcast. You could have made Jenna Ortega like their daughter that doesn't want anything to do with like this hippie daughter or something. Like,
you root for NoHo Hank.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, he's
Dude.
the answer to everything.
Cut out all the other bullshit. Give
Yeah.
NoHo Hank more.
But how do you sell the film then? If Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd isn't in it, how do you sell it?
That's dumb.
That's how movies. That's how movies work.
That you're right.
How do you sell the film?
Fuck, you're right. God damn
If
it.
there's no like big actors, they can't
Okay.
sell the film.
You make Jenna Ortega the mom and Paul Rudd the dad.
What?
I don't know. You
Whoa.
just got to get them in there somehow.
They die early.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but like I want to go back to the tapestry thing because
Okay, let's
in
go back.
Midsummer,
Yes.
that scene is so effective.
Yeah.
Like they do the whole thing and it doesn't feel cheap at all.
Mhm.
But in this one, is it just because it's packaged in that MacBook scene?
Yeah.
It's like
well,
the MacBook scene.
it's-
I hate MacBook scenes.
it's
like you're saying, like-
blatant, just
so,
like it's a
like-
context dump.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
In Midsommar, there's no dialogue. It just shows you
that's true.
the
yeah.
tapestry and there's beautiful music. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like it's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's
And
the more
here-
art house thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And here, like, I don't know. Imagine this movie opening up with the tapestry and some great music, but then she doesn't tell you all that bullshit. You just kind of see the tapestries. Like, that could have been cool.
yeah.
Well-
and that's I guess the like less accessible thing. Like by
Also-
doing it this way, it becomes more accessible to a larger audience.
Yeah. I also, in general, and I think this is another reason why this film just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I hate the character trope now where it's like, they're the only one that the animals like. You know, like, who fuck?
Because
No.
animals don't like you, or like, what is it?
Like you wouldn't
No.
be the one that would be chosen. Like you wouldn't be the one that animals like. Like you wouldn't be the one that like
Yeah, you guys
the
are
animals would like kneel down to and like.
No,
the-
animals like me. Animals like me.
Everybody likes me. All
No.
animals like me. They all tell me.
It's becoming a cliche. It's becoming a cliche because
is, yeah.
you know where the story is going to go by like the 20-minute mark.
Yeah.
You already know, okay, Jenna Ortega doesn't need to worry about her life in any way.
It's
She's
not even
going to
a
be
20
safe.
minute mark. It's like as soon as she grabs the horn, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
they-
she made the connection.
They showed you that
She's
when
the
the
pure
first
hearted
unicorn
woman.
attacked and it like bent down to her.
yeah.
It's like they could have just waited till the end at least, and then like it's like about a killer, and it does it. Then it's like, oh, I thought it was gonna kill. Like you really could have made it look like it was trying to kill her.
Well, and the thing with that, which I think is interesting, and I don't know, to me, this movie, like, this was a little messy thing about it. So, you're talking about the scene where the unicorn, like, kneels down or whatever.
Through
and
the
it-
gate, it couldn't get
yeah,
through.
Yeah, through the gate.
The plywood gate.
Yeah. Through the plywood
It just pushed a 5,000-pound SUV over.
And it couldn't go through the
Couldn't go
plywood
through a
gate.
little plywood gate.
And it's leaning its horn down to her, right?
Right.
It does the same exact thing to Richard E. Grant's character right before it kills him.
Stabbed
right?
him through the jaw.
Yeah. So to me,
Sick.
like, as soon as I saw him get murdered that way, then I thought back and I was like, oh, wait, is she safe? Or was that thing going to do the same thing to her? You know what I mean?
Well, that's good.
But
Oh,
maybe
yes.
it speaks English, and he said to the unicorn right as he was about to grab it, "I want to grab that. I want that horn, or give me that horn,
Yeah,
or
give me that.
I need this horn, or I'm gonna take this horn." Something about
Yeah.
him like
Yeah.
Yeah.
taking the horn, like he's gonna cut it off. And I think that's probably
And then the light drained.
if the unicorn speaks any like English.
Yeah,
would-
it's not just going based off
Yeah.
vibes.
yeah.
I think I
Just
think it went
stab
off
him
the
right in
vibe that he
face.
just had a unicorn steak like 5 minutes before.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too, because then like wasn't that was from the baby unicorn, right?
Yeah.
But it
But
healed.
they're regenerative.
It's
Oh,
regenerative
right. Yeah,
healing.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
funny
And that
because
was before they cut off the horn.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
and the horn
Which
is what
why
regenerates.
It killed the scientists.
Yeah.
Is because they didn't deliver the body with the horn, so it was like delivering. It was like a disrespectful thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
they
Well,
can't
and she
revive it.
stole a little bit of the
Oh, that too. Yeah,
of
yeah.
the unicorn
yeah.
dust
Yeah.
for
Uh-huh.
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, she picked it up. When
now
she could've just
why
left.
why didn't the unicorn kill Paul Rudd at the end when he's like guiding it with the
His
blatant
writing.
Maybe
baby
because the unicorns speak a little bit of English, and then Paul Rudd's like, "Hey, hear me out. I got the horn. Let me return it."
I think
Yeah,
if they're
what
but
was
if they're
up with
going based
that?
off vibes,
And
Yeah.
you know.
why did he run into the forest to just come back with the same horn he was holding for like this moment? Like
Yeah.
they were like around the back of the house, and he like ran into the forest with the horn, and then comes. It made no sense
No.
why he
Well,
went
he was
into the
trying
forest.
to no,
He's
because he
trying
was
to
trying
lead
to
the unicorn away from his daughter.
Yeah,
Oh.
so that
Yeah.
she
Well,
could get in
yeah.
the
He's
car
like,
and leave.
I want to save my daughter. Let's
No,
go.
yeah, very true. It did. I guess
But
it
it's just-
wasn't very clear.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
was kind
It's
of
just lazy
muddy.
writing. It's lazy writing because to me, what they're setting up should ultimately happen. Like that unicorn should have killed him.
I thought he was gonna stay dead. I'm like,
He's-
that's kind of a dark ending. That's cool. I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be kind of sick if he actually
He's
stayed dead.
dangling the horn in front of its face of its child.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
it should have killed him on sight. It should it was like prancing behind him. You know, up to
Well,
Jenna
yeah.
Ortega.
I mean,
Every single scene, that was pretty funny. Every single scene, he's running away from the unicorn. The unicorn is so much faster and is like catching up to him in every different scene. But then it keeps cutting to another scene and they're far away again. And then the unicorn kept catching up to him. It's like, wait,
yeah.
what are the scenes we're not seeing that he gets so much distance?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just comes back to the unicorn physics. It's just a little different than regular horse physics, or you know,
Yeah.
just our normal world.
Have you guys seen Black Swan?
I
No.
have not.
No.
Really? Oh, damn. Have you guys seen Scary Movie 5, 4?
Yeah,
4 or 5?
probably.
They do a really funny rip on the editing in that movie because there's so many cuts of just a girl walking, and they just like keep her walking in the same place for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And she like never makes the destination.
We've done that with It Takes Two to Tango.
Oh yeah.
Of Michael and Sean running at each other. We just keep cutting to like them running.
Here's a clip right here. All right, now you gotta find it.
No, that's a deep cut.
All right, we're gonna link it in the description right here.
If you guys can find it, then you earned it.
It's on the Sean McDaniel
Takes Two
YouTube
to
channel.
Yeah, It Takes Two to Tango. Sean McDaniel YouTube channel.
Did you guys notice the unicorns transform at the end?
Mhm.
Yeah, they go from black to white.
Yeah.
Because they've fulfilled their purpose,
Yeah.
or they're no longer evil.
From like
that
monster
racially charged?
unicorns to like the, stereotypical.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then they're like looking out for them at the end, and they like
Yeah, that was
Kill a cop.
interesting. that was super interesting.
I thought that was weird.
And probably Jenna and Paul Rudd.
Yeah, most likely
Because
into a lake.
yeah,
Are they gonna save
they
them?
have handcuffs on?
Yeah, like they can't swim at all.
They all just die in
They
the
all
end.
died. It was a dark ending.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what I thought the unicorns were? I was like, oh, now the cop will believe them and their
That's what I
story.
thought. Yeah. They're just let him.
It's a fucking jailbreak.
And they both knew it too. They're like, they're gonna ram into us. Let's put our seatbelts on. They're gonna get us
Hug each other.
Dude, yeah, I was just thinking the way they braced together and their heads are like right next to each other. I'm like, dude, as soon as that unicorn rams that thing, your skull's crushed.
Yeah.
That would fucking hurt. Yeah. I
I'm sure
don't
it
know.
would.
Getting rammed by a unicorn.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That would hurt.
It's a big fear of mine. Big fear of Kellen's. That's what
Yeah,
it's
not
on
driving
Yeah,
near lakes anymore.
here.
No more near lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't you
No
live
way.
right next to the
You
lake?
guys want to go into the mountains? So
Yeah, I do.
Ah,
Don't
damn it.
dox us, man.
good.
A lake. So many lakes in the
Yeah.
United States.
It's that lake. You see that in the frame?
Okay, well now you're just giving it away, dude.
So, anything else you guys want to talk about with this movie?
I don't know, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's a good put it on when you have some guests and it's like not so serious. You got to pay attention to the whole thing. Like, kind of not a background movie, but like not one where you're like, oh my god, like you got to like see every scene to understand what's
Yeah.
going on. It's
Mhm.
kind of like a, just a casual Saturday night type of movie. Just
Yeah. This is
Good movie with a group.
yeah,
Fun movie with a group. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is a good party movie.
be a good first time movie. Like seeing what people,
Yeah. I mean, for somebody who hasn't seen like a lot of films like this, or like more gory films, I think it would be like kind of a shock for them.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm.
Some of the stuff is pretty wild.
Yeah.
We've just seen so much
Yeah.
things like this. That
the monkey.
the monkey, another
I was going to say the monkey is another one that like teetered. For
I
me.
would watch this over the monkey.
Really.
I think
would
so,
watch,
too.
I would watch the monkey over
Really?
this one.
Yeah, I would.
I still didn't fully like the monkey, but
Yeah.
I felt like a lot of the gore in the monkey was better to me.
It was more creative for sure.
More creative. Some of it, like the stakes of it, landed a little more. There were also some throwaway, just like gore scenes in there as well.
But in terms of like baseline comedy, this one wins way better for me. I did
Oh,
not
yeah.
like the acting as
No.
much in the monkey. It didn't sell for me.
Yeah.
Also, I believed Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd way more than I believed that relationship from the monkey.
Yeah, no, that's a good
Like,
point. Yeah,
big time.
actually, yeah, these are two films that are really interesting to
Yeah,
compare.
these are pretty similar, actually.
They are
Yeah.
pretty similar.
Yeah,
like
there's
a
a lot of,
bad,
like-
a rocky, father-child relationship with
Yeah.
a lot of everybody's dying around them.
a lot of
Yeah.
intestines.
And they seem not to be phased by it. Like it's very, casual.
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I would go Death of a Unicorn over the monkey, I think.
Interesting.
Because the monkey just felt like Final Destination to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
worse.
But worse, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys gotta watch Long Legs though.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Really good.
Yeah,
right?
it was really cool.
Way better than the monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot more than the monkey.
Did you see Longlegs?
I haven't yet. Not
Ooh,
Spooky.
just a few
Haven't
little
seen
things
it
here
yet.
and there.
crazy
Yeah.
Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage is
movie.
wild in that one.
Really wild. Anyways, well, this has been fun.
Oh,
Glad-
Will's got to do his closing thoughts.
Oh yeah, what are your
Closing
closing
thoughts?
thoughts?
Yeah. Well, every episode, Kellen usually does his closing thoughts, and
Yeah.
since you're there,
If you want, you
Oh.
can tell the story of the guy right in front of us at the end of the movie.
Oh. Excuse me, let me clear my throat for this.
Oh,
Well, there was a man. Well, he showed up like 20 minutes late alone, which is, I've seen movies alone before. No, nothing against that. He's silent for the whole movie. I don't think he laughed once.
not one
He
time.
stands up. It's like a pretty upbeat like closing credit.
yeah, a little
Score.
EDM.
He
song.
turns around and stares at us and goes, "Well, that was weird," and then walks away.
He was like kind of smiling when he
No,
said
yeah,
that, right?
yeah. He's like, that was weird.
That was weird.
Yeah, like
just
weird,
walked away.
happy.
like he just
yeah.
watched the wrong movie. Like he did not sign up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe he was just getting out of another movie. He's like, oh, I'll go in this
This
one.
wasn't Despicable Me.
Yeah. Moana 2 was different than I expected.
Lion King Mufasa is so much different than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was funny.
That was
was-
fun. That was a fun
It
moment.
was
Yeah,
a fun
that was just
movie.
fun.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, next week we're gonna
Oh,
do
yeah.
a little film that we've been waiting for.
I'm so excited.
A little film by the name of Working Man with Jason Statham. One that is probably going to be terrible.
What are you
but
talking about? This
In
is
the
gonna be an
best way. In the
Oscar-
best way.
This is gonna be an Oscar-worthy film.
You think so?
When
I
did it
think
come
so.
out?
Comes
Uh,
out-
well,
Oh, it's not out yet?
it came out today.
Oh, it did.
It came out today, but we're
Yeah.
double batching episodes.
I haven't seen
Thanks for. I'm just
No,
kidding.
I'm wondering because I haven't seen a single piece of advertising.
Oh,
for it.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
not
yeah.
a single piece.
Wow.
What was the slogan
Working
on the
man.
poster?
I don't
You guys
even know.
It was terrible.
get the job done.
It was something.
Yeah.
It was something about like sex trafficking.
Did you see The Beekeeper?
No, but I was about to say the title almost sounds like a parody because every other title is like his occupation. So now it's just Working Man. Is like,
It's so funny, dude.
Get
That's a
even
great
more
point.
better.
funny.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
they knew. Maybe it will just be a parody.
Human
Yeah.
traffickers beware.
That's what it is. Yeah, human traffickers beware.
Watch
Working
out,
Man.
John. Human trafficking. I'm coming for you.
I'm
So,
excited. It's
ma-
so funny.
Make sure to join us next week and like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Boys Meet Film. You can follow me on Letterboxd at mschnee. You can follow Max on Letterboxd at.
Maximus Newhan.
Have a great rest of your day, folks.
Subscribe.
I gotta make a letterboxed.